Emma Raducanu is one of this year's highest-paid tennis players despite being sidelined through injury. Emma Raducanu and Novak Djokovic have appeared on Forbes' list of the world's highest-paid tennis players for 2023. With Roger Federer retiring last year, the Swiss star has now been removed from the standings as he is no longer an active player. In his place, Djokovic has taken home the most money on and off the court, while Raducanu has continued to rake in the cash through her sponsors while spending most of the year sidelined. Djokovic has come out on top in the list of highest-paid tennis players this year, dethroning old rival Federer, who is no longer counted since retiring. According to Forbes, the world number 2 has pocketed £30.4 million, $38.4 million, so far this year, with the majority coming from his deals away from tennis. On the court, the Serb has earned £10.6 million, $13.4 million, to date this year, boosted by the fact that he won the first 2 Grand Slam tournaments of the year. And £19.8 million, $25 million, has come from Djokovic's off-court brands. As the 36-year-old has a longtime clothing sponsorship with Lacoste, counts Asics as his shoe sponsor, and also signed a deal with Waterdrop at the start of the year. Despite being sidelined since April, Raducanu has also made her way onto the list as the 6th highest-paid tennis player of the year. The Brit won just 5 matches before undergoing 3 different surgeries in May, but her off-court endeavors have counted for £11.8 million, $15 million, of her £12.1 million, $15.3 million, earnings in 2023. Since winning the 2021 US Open as a qualifier, the 20-year-old has signed brand deals with the likes of Dior, Tiffany Company, Evian, British Airways, Porsche and HSBC. During her time on the sidelines, Raducanu was seen at a Dior cruise show in Mexico and at the Evian suite at Wimbledon last month. Another teenage US Open champion comes in at number 2 on Forbes' list, Carlos Alcaraz. The world number 1 has earned £24.9 million, $31.8 million, so far this year. With £15.8 million, $20 million, coming away from the tennis court. Alcaraz has long been a Nike athlete, but brands like Louis Vuitton and Calvin Klein have snapped him up since he won in Flushing Meadows last year, and he will only find the demand increasing after winning Wimbledon. WTA world number 1 Iga Swiatek is also reaping the rewards of being a young champion, making £17.7 million, $22.4 million, so far this year. As well as winning her 4th major title at the French Open in spring, Swiatek has also expanded her off-court opportunities, switching to super agency IMG, making on her new clothing sponsor, and more recently signing deals with Visa and Infosys. It means £11.1 million, $14 million, of her earnings have been off-court. Daniil Medvedev has cashed in on a successful season so far, which has seen him win 5 titles. £10.3 million, $13 million, of his total £15.9 million, $20.1 million, earnings have come away from tennis, as the world number 3 has deals with Lacoste, BMW and Bovet. He also launched the Raw-Q energy bar brand with his wife Daria and nutritionist Irina Kuzmina. 5th on the list is Rafael Nadal, who has been sidelined since January. Like Swiatek, the Spaniard was also announced as a new Infosys partner this week and signed a deal with Subway earlier this year, appearing in adverts with Steph Curry. His usual sponsors, which include Nike, Babolat and Santander, have helped Nadal pocket £11.1 million, $14 million, away from tennis, while his very limited season saw him earn £1.2 million, $1.5 million, on the court. Coco Gauff comes in 7th on the list behind Raducanu, with the American earning £12 million, $15.2 million, this year £9.5 million, $12 million, through off-court deals. Casper Ruud is 8th with a more even split between his earnings, getting £5 million, $6.4 million, on the court and £6.3 million, $8 million, off it. Naomi Osaka is another player who has been absent this year. She recently gave birth to her first child, though she earned £9.5 million, $12 million, through off-court deals. Jessica Pegula rounds out the list, with the Adidas athlete taking home £3.9 million, $4.9 million, through tennis and £4.8 million, $6 million, away from the sport.